Hi guys, welcome back to Buchan Stationery. I'm Grace, and today, as you can see, we're working with some Shimmer Inks. So this video is really going to focus on how to use it, how to clean it, and like what papers to use, that kind of thing. So if you have any other questions, you can look at our other video about frequently asked questions on Shimmer Inks in the description down below. And let's get to the video. So hi guys, before we get started with the swatches, we're just going to show you some of the materials that we're going to use, starting off with the pens. So here we have the Lamy Ink Joy. This one that I'm using today comes with the 1.9 millimeter nib. You can see that it's like very wide and perfect for doing calligraphy. Next we have the Osprey Madison, as you can see here. The Madison, this one that I'm using is the medium. So this is pen number 2. And then finally we have the Osprey Scholar. This pen, it has the medium right now as a standard nib. Osprey, Scholar, and Milano, you can like interchange the nibs between those two brands, or those two models of the same brand, and have fun playing around with nib sizes. So next on to paper, we have the Traveler's Notebook with the Midori paper. As you can see, we've used it in previous videos. You should take a look at that. And then we also are using the Maruman notepad with the dot grid, and we'll see how the ink performs on these two notebooks. So now on to the inks that we're going to be using. So first off, we have the J Herbin. We have a lot of these different colors in store. Here's the Blue Ocean right now, and this is a French company, I believe, and offers a gorgeous variety of shimmer inks. Next we have Ferris Wheel Press. This color is Edward's Gardens, and this is a Canadian company, so it's nice to support local, and they've just come out with a few colors that are shimmer, so super excited to try these guys. And finally we have the Kyonoto number 11. I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce the Japanese, sorry about that, but this is the third brand that we're going to be trying out today. Hi, so first off we're going to start with J Herbin Cornaline d'Egypte. As you can see, the gold sparkles at the bottom is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm just going to start shaking it around to get the glitter all over. And you can see how I'm just slowly moving it around the ink bottle so as to not get any air bubbles or like frothing. This way the gold will be incorporated back into the ink, but we won't have any trouble when we fill up our fountain pen. Hello, so as you can see, I've finished swatching some of the colors on the Maruman Notebook. You only saw these guys filmed, but I did want to try some of the other colors just to show you guys what it would look like and how the sparkle would go. So as you can see, the sparkle is pretty intense. I absolutely love each of the colors. In all, the one thing that I would say about the Maruman, which was a bit of a surprise for me, was that there was a little bit of feathering, especially on this J Herbin Kyonet du Nepal. And it did seem like there was a little bit of bleed through on the other side of the paper, which I wasn't expecting because normally I don't have these kinds of problems with this notebook, but it did hold up pretty good considering like the amount of ink that I was laying down. I'm sure if you didn't like go full on like pouring the ink on in the swatches, it would perhaps like work a little better. And the other thing that I'd like to say about the inks on here was just like it went on pretty smoothly, like there was no like trouble in general with the paper. And for the pens, I would say that my favorite one to work with was probably just like the Scholar Standard. I felt like that one had like pretty clean and consistent lines. I think that would be followed up by the Madison because I did like the Flex nib quite a bit, and like both of these were the Osprey pens. I'm still not like so used to like Flex pens, so it will take me like a little while to like figure out exactly like the finesse of it all, but I think that like once you get the hang of it, gorgeous pen to write with. And then the other surprising thing for me was the ink joy. It came out a lot, the ink flowed through it a lot lighter than I was expecting. And normally I think of Lamy as like having like fairly wet pens, so the fact that these guys were so light was a bit of a surprise, but it can, if like that's what you're looking for, it does like show a different color side of the ink, so it's a plus or a minus depending on like how you think of it. And that's mainly my thoughts for this. So as you can see here again, we added some more colors after I finished filming these three, just to show some of the other colors. We had a final Ferris wheel press to show, and I really liked how this Midori paper like stood up against the inks. There was like really like no problem with feathering or bleed through at all, which I was very impressed with. And then much like the other paper, the Lamy was lighter and the Madison was like darker, so you can have like, depending on the pen that you use, the ink color can like almost shift, which I think is pretty neat. And then I found like, maybe it's the colors that I used or maybe it's the paper, but I found like the sparkles on like these papers to be more intense. So that's kind of like, I guess, a bonus. So I would really recommend like Midori or like Traveler's Notebook for using these shimmer inks. So now that we're finished with our writing, we're going to show you how to clean the pens. So first you dip it in, and then it's a lot easier, I've found, with like a converter. So you can just draw up the water and then flush it out of the pen. And then if you find that like the water is like pretty clear in the pen but still a little dirty outside, then you can always swap the water out, start with a fresh batch. And as you can see, the sparkle isn't in the nib too bad. However, if it is, you can always use like a soft bristled toothbrush just to like really get in the cracks, but it's not necessary for this pen. So yeah, fountain pens are friendly with shimmer inks. Just make sure it's like not from the dollar store and it's actually 4 fountain pens. Hi guys, so just some final thoughts. I just wanted to share with you guys that the sparkles come in different colors. So as you can see, these are both like kind of dark blues here, but the J Herbin has like a gold shimmer in it, and the Kyonoto has a silver shimmer. So it really changes like the final look of the inks, which is something to keep in mind if you're using it for art, or just if you have preferences in regards to like what colors you want to use, or like a color palette. But all in all, these were like fun to work with. I love sparkles, and let us know like what your favorite sparkles are too, and like what your favorite color is. If you have any other questions, we did do another video on like frequently asked questions that you can see linked in this video. And without anything else to add, I hope you have a great day. Like, share, and subscribe this video.